It's been a busy week at the Cheyenne County Courthouse as multiple people arrested following investigations by the Wing Drug Task Force are now answering to the charges. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Cheyenne County authorities say 5 people were taken into custody on Tuesday as the Wing Drug Task Force served arrest warrants in connection with controlled drug purchases dating back to as far as November of last year. 35-year-old Matthew Cleays is charged with felony delivery of methamphetamine for selling 1.4 grams of the drug in a controlled purchase back in November. Also charged with delivery of meth is 35-year-old Jose Hernandez, accused of selling meth in a separate controlled buy that same month. 2 controlled purchases took place in December. 43-year-old Candy Cook is charged with delivery or distribution of hydrocodone for selling 4 tablets of the drug allegedly taken from a man in her care. 21-year-old Jerry Roa is facing 2 felony counts of distribution of marijuana for selling to a cooperating individual twice in the same day. And 18-year-old Travis Graham is facing 2 felony counts of distribution of marijuana after making sales in undercover purchases back in January. Cheyenne County Attorney Paul Schaub says additional arrests in this investigation are expected. Well, up in Alliance, City Manager Rick Kukan is giving praise to the efforts being put forth to revive the Sunken Garden. He says the Sunken Garden was a jewel for the city for years and years, but over time, upkeep fell by the wayside. Its pillars got removed and overall just deteriorated. But over the last few months, a private group has come up with the idea to start raising funds to bring it back to its old glory. So far, they've raised a significant amount of money.
I think the key here is in terms of progress. There is a group now working on the actual design for the Sunken Gardens, so we'll be able to have a visual sales tool, if you will, that the group can use to raise more funds, and some cost estimates to get an idea of what the real price of the improvement is going to be.
He says he's pleased to see this march forward towards the rehabilitation of the park and is confident that this vision will ultimately become a reality. And overseas, Icelandic budget airline WOW Air says it has ceased operations, stranding passengers across 2 continents, including a Scottsbluff couple. Christian and Stacy Bach flew into Iceland yesterday on WOW Air, but following today's big news, they were advised to check flights with other airlines.
Well, a lot of companies are offering what they call rescue fares. We were not able to take advantage of that through our tour group. We've heard that some tour groups are paying for the airline tickets. Right now, we're just paying for ours out of pocket because we need to get back. So we booked through Iceland Air to get home.
Bach says they were saddened that their 5-day vacation is being cut short, but said that Iceland is a beautiful country. He and his wife enjoyed the natural marvels, including geysers, waterfalls, and more along the Icelandic countryside. They will be flying back home via Logan Airport in Boston. Unfortunately, have some friends in Beantown before the return flight to Denver. Well, coming up after the break, significant cooler temperatures across the region today. Rain and snow are in the mix for tomorrow. The Boyer breaks it all down right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
The crispy and Cajun fish sandwiches are so simple that everything from the wild-caught Alaskan pollock to the crispy lettuce has to be perfect. Twice.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, another active evening out there. We're going to have some scattered thunderstorms across the area this evening. Don't be surprised to hear some thunder out there and off and on. Not everybody's going to get a thunderstorm this evening, but everybody is going to get rained on tomorrow as we have a widespread rain event coming to the area. Rain will turn to snow late Friday. It's going to be elevation dependent, and it's going to be accumulations mostly in grassy areas, except in the northern panhandle. We do have winter weather advisories up. We'll show you those here in a moment. Hit 36 yesterday morning and climbed to double that at 72 degrees. Just missed our record high by 10. Beautiful day yesterday. Hopefully you got out and enjoyed it. Nothing in the rain gauge, still running above for the month and the year. Well, it is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and today we're talking about lightning. So here we are. Here's our home. We're going to identify a couple of areas where you want to be or where you don't want to be. First, let's start right here in this area. Let's go look what happens if you're in near a metal fence. You want to stay away from any metal objects, so you don't want to get in that area. However, if you're in a car, it does provide protection for lightning. So if you're outdoors and you have nowhere else to get to, that car is a great place to be. Certainly a better option than standing next to the fence. Let's go check out what's going on over here in the front of the house. So trees, you want to avoid trees. Lightning is attracted to tall objects, things like that. You want to stay away from those. So if you can get inside, that is much safer and a much better place for you to be. Stay away from windows though, so don't be hanging out right up next to the window checking out and seeing what's going on. So there's a couple of good places for you inside the house or inside the car, but let's avoid the backyard here at this place. If lightning's around, you want to avoid the pool at all costs. If you're in the pool and you hear thunder, it's time to get out and head inside. So you can be safe wherever you're at from lightning as long as you're indoors or away from windows, that type of thing. So it gives you an opportunity to know where you're heading. Now, a couple of things that we want to show you about here in terms of thunder and lightning and what goes on with thunder and lightning. So when you hear thunder, you see thunder, it spreads out, comes all the way across the area. It takes about a mile for the thunder to get to the house. And that's going to take roughly 5 seconds to do that. Now, a lot of people will say, well, doesn't lightning slow down a little bit if it's colder? It technically does, but you're still looking at over 4.5 to 5 seconds for lightning to travel a mile, whether it's 40 degrees or 80 degrees. So that mile distance, if you're close enough to hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. Now, as we spread this out, you see the thunder, and the sound dissipates as it travels outward. So when you get over 10 plus miles, it really starts to be faint. But again, if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to that thunderstorm. So you'll hear that roaring thunder get louder as it gets closer to you. And then there's also heat lightning, which is lightning that is seen, but no thunder is heard. That happens occasionally. But again, if you hear thunder, you've got lightning going on, and it's time to get indoors. So it's what we want to remind you. When thunder roars, go indoors. That's the key takeaway from today's message. 40s across the panhandle of Nebraska and southeastern Wyoming right now, all across the region. Very nice looking afternoon out there. Certainly colder than yesterday, though. Winds are out of the east at 10 to 15 miles an hour. We do have winter weather advisories posted. Hooker County over to Grant, the western half of Cherry, all of Sheridan, Dawes, Box Butte, northern Sioux, and Niobrara counties. That area under the winter weather advisory for tomorrow due to some accumulating snow. And we still have our flood advisories and flood warnings out for Box Butte, Dawes, and Sioux counties as we go through the night tonight and into tomorrow. Still some issues there with some flooding. Getting on the bus tomorrow, it's going to be kind of gloomy, cloudy, gray, and some showers around 35, probably a heavier shower and some rain when you get off the bus, and only 38. May start to see that mix with some snow at times as well. Futurecast tonight hits on those isolated showers and thunderstorms around the region this evening. Not everybody's going to get wet from them, but you'll see a few move across the area. And then we're going to see temperatures tonight fall into the 30s, low 30s at that for many of us, even some upper 20s up around Gordon. And then for tomorrow, here comes some rain showers mixing at times with snow. Notice tomorrow morning the snow is going to be ongoing in the northern panhandle. It may stay all snow in that winter weather advisory area, and that's certainly what we're forecasting right now. We start to see some rain, snow mix move back into our area in the afternoon hours and start to see some snow fill in across the region here across the time frame tomorrow night. But then by early Saturday morning, everything dies out and it moves away from us, and we're left with a pretty decent, although chilly, Saturday. Highs tomorrow only going to be in the 30s. Colder right up here in the northern panhandle. That 35 or under temperature is where you're going to need to be for it to switch over to snow, and once it switches over, it'll probably stay there. Precip tonight through tomorrow. Everybody looks like they're going to pick up something, a few hundredths, scattered across the region, depending on where you're at. Anywhere from 1/10 of an inch up to over 1/2 an inch. Looks like that's going to be pretty widespread across the area. And snowfall, heavier here in the northern panhandle, where we've got maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow for us from Lusk over to Gordon and Chadron, maybe as much as 3 to 5. Most everybody, though, an inch or less for most of us. You can see that winter weather advisory area going to be picking up just a touch more snow than the rest of us. Tonight, going to be dealing with some thunderstorms, scattered storms, rain showers around. 34 for a low tonight. For tomorrow, going to be some fog out there, sharply colder. Rain will turn over to snow. 38 for a high. Some accumulations possible, especially on grassy surfaces. And then our extended forecast, we slowly warm up a little bit. Saturday only in the low 40s. We'll get in the low 50s Sunday. Monday looks near 60, and Tuesday into the mid 60s, so not a bad day Tuesday. Then we cool back off Wednesday and Thursday next week with some slight chances of some showers and temperatures only in the low 50s.
The crispy and Cajun fish sandwiches are so simple that everything from the wild-caught Alaskan pollock to the crispy lettuce has to be perfect. Twice.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service. And top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right. Get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Welcome back. The City of Kimball's underpass renovation project has been in the works for years, but now renovations are set to begin. Paul Reed Construction is going to begin work on improvements on the sidewalks, reconstruction of the rock slopes, as well as grading, landscaping, and lighting improvements. During the construction, motor vehicle traffic will be controlled on a daily basis by flaggers along Old Highway 71 and Chestnut Street, and the project is set for completion by late September. And a new apartment complex in Sydney aimed at providing housing for people with special needs is making progress since its groundbreaking in November. A mild winter has allowed the completion of 2 fourplexes and 1 duplex at the Canterbury Estates. The housing partners of Western Nebraska say that they already have a good-sized waiting list for one of these homes, and actual applications will be accepted in about 1 month's time. For more information, you can call 308-254-3670. And Nebraska has set new requirements for teaching American civics in school, and yesterday Governor Pete Ricketts signed the measure into law after it won approval from state lawmakers. The law gives school districts 3 options to teach students. One is to administer the naturalization test used by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services once before they complete 8th grade and again before they graduate. Another option would require students to attend or participate in a government meeting and complete a project about what they learned. And the third option would require students to complete a project or paper as well as a class presentation on holidays such as Veterans Day, Constitution Day, or Native American Heritage Day. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell catches up with Scottsbluff's new head football coach, Judd Hall. He's back at the sports desk right after this.
We've been an ALA customer from the beginning, 15 plus years.
Almost 15 years.
15 years now. They live here, they work here, they give back to our community. That's very important to us.
It's the difference of night and day between our old internet provider and ALO.
Having that reliability and that speed is extremely important.
Nobody matches that speed. It was a game changer.
ALO came to my site and helped me resolve an issue. At that point, I knew ALO is the company that I wanted to stick with.
The Mixing Bowl in Gearing, serving breakfast and lunch every day using Grandma Ruth's recipes for 5 years. Stop for lunch and try a Cali Turkey BLT or one of our gourmet burgers. Have a homemade cabbage burger or butterball soup on Thursdays, or try our weekend brunch and have cinnamon roll pancakes or the roasted duck Benedict. Stop by the Mixing Bowl on your way to work and grab a freshly baked muffin, Grebel, or Dana Kuga out of our bakery case and a specialty coffee made just for you. The Mixing Bowl, 1945 10th Street in Gearing, bringing great food and great people together.
Now, sports from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
The area's top high school football program is front and center today here at the Sports Desk. For the Scottsbluff Bearcat football program, even change means a sense of normalcy. After 12 seasons as head coach and, of course, a longtime staple of the program, Joe Benson stepped down as head coach after leading the Cats to the Class B state title game in Lincoln this past season. One of the reasons why the program has had so much success over the years, of course, lots of talent, but also the continuity within the coaching staff. That continuity continues as top assistant to Benson, Judd Hall, was named the head coach back on February 14th.
It was a fairly easy decision. Had to talk with my family about some things, make sure that it was the right time. We have 3 young kids at home, so I wanted to make sure that everything was okay on the home front. But as far as wanting to continue to be a part of the Bearcat program, it was an easy decision.
Hall's been on staff for the last 9 years with the football program, including stints as the defensive coordinator and most recently calling the plays for the Cats' high-powered attack on the offensive side as the OC. Coach is hoping to carry over much of what he learned from Benson now that he's the face of the program.
I want to continue to let coaches coach. I think that's the most important thing, is let guys around you help you so you don't feel like you have to do it all. And we've got great guys on staff, so we look forward to letting those guys continue to do what they do. And then how to treat kids. Those are 2 very important things I took from Coach Benson, is treating kids the right way and then letting coaches coach.
It's not just Benson who's leaving at this point, but also longtime assistants Mark Moran and Todd Mangini are also retiring from football coaching duties, so some more changes coming to the staff for Coach Hall.
Well, right now we're in the process of working through staff changes right now, looking at bringing some younger guys up. A couple guys have expressed interest from our junior high program and then from our freshman program, but we also have to wait with some administrative decisions as far as teaching positions that could open up. Sometimes it's valuable to have a coaching position to attract a quality teacher or a quality coach to Scottsbluff, so we're working through that with administration and through our own program to fill those voids.
As far as play calling goes, not much changing, with Hall handling the offensive side and Jake McLean sticking as the defensive coordinator.
And hopefully we have some guys around that'll tell me to punt on 4th down when I need to. That was Coach Benson's call in the past, but as far as I'm concerned, we're gonna continue to be aggressive on offense and defense and keep doing what we have been the last few years.
Expectations will remain high for this Scottsbluff football team. 12-1 last year. That appearance in Lincoln in the Class B title game, and they'll return one of the top overall football players in the entire state in quarterback linebacker Sebastian Harsh.
We just want to continue to play fast and aggressive. You know, I think if we do that week in, week out, we have a good chance to put ourselves in a position to win. But that's where we want to start. We want to start with tough, physical kids, just like Scottsbluff has always been.
The beat goes on for Scottsbluff High football, with Judd Hall taking the reins of one of the more successful programs in the entire state. Also from the high school scene for the weekend, girls tennis for Scottsbluff tomorrow at Hershey. Then both Scottsbluff and Gering are at the North Platte Invitational on Saturday. Both schools are sending their girls and boys soccer teams to North Platte for multiple matches tomorrow. And there's also a big track and field meet in North Platte tomorrow, the hub of Panhandle sports, if you will, for teams from Scottsbluff and Gering this weekend. And there's Cougar baseball and softball on the docket. Baseball in action on the road at McCook, then into the state of Colorado for games this weekend. For the softball team, also in La Junta this weekend to take on that nationally ranked Otero club on the softball diamond. That's the latest today from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan coming back with a look at the community calendar when we come back right after this on KNEB.TV.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, earlier this month, U.S. Senator Deb Fischer spoke on the Senate floor as part of her initiative to honor Nebraskans who gave their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan. Senator Fischer most recently honored the life and service of Sergeant Corey Marachek, a native of Hayes Springs. Corey was deployed to Iraq with the U.S. Army, and during a January 2004 reconnaissance mission, his platoon came across an IED, which killed him and 2 other U.S. service members. Corey's mother, Pat, a longtime U.S. Postal employee, came up with a perfect tribute, renaming the local Chadron, Nebraska post office after Corey.
I had the privilege of working alongside former United States Senator Mike Johans on legislation to rename the Chadron Post Office the Sergeant Corey Marachek Memorial Post Office. The bill was passed by Congress, and it was signed into law on November 2014.
Fischer has honored other Panhandle servicemen who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Back in May of 2016, she took the time to honor the life of Marine Corporal Adrian Robles. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.